Hello friends, in this segment we'll be doing law of demand. What is law of demand? What does law of demand state? Law of demand says that there is an inverse relation between price of a commodity and the quantity demanded of that commodity. Other things being equal, that is ceteris paribus. Other things being equal, if the price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded of it will rise. And if the price of a commodity rises, the quantity demanded will decline. It says that price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded will rise. That is, when T will fall, the demand will rise. That is, the D will rise. Again, it says if the price of the commodity rises, when P here rises, the quantity demanded will decline. D will fall. Which means there is an inverse relation between price and quantity demanded of that product. When price rises, the quantity demanded comes down. And when the price falls, the quantity demanded goes up. This is what is stated by law of demand. Now let's see how do we determine a demand curve. To understand the law of demand, we have two tools. First is the schedule that we have. Second is the graphical representation of this schedule, which shows us a demand curve. Now let's study this schedule. We have 5 scenarios here, A, B, C, D and E. And in each scenario we have a price level and the quantity demanded at that price level. So at A, when the price is rupees 5, the quantity demanded is 10 units. In case B, the price is 4 and quantity demanded is 15. In case of C, when the price reduces to 3, the quantity demanded rises to 20. Case D, where price furthermore falls to 2, the quantity demanded increases to 35. And finally, in case E, where price falls to 1, quantity demanded reaches to 60. Now what is happening here is, when there is a fall in price, there is a increase in demand. Fall in price and increase in demand in all the cases. Now how do we represent this thing graphically? To represent this thing graphically, we take coordinates in this schedule. The coordinates in this schedule are 10 and 5, 15 and 4, 20 and 3, 35 and 2, and 60 and 1. And then we plot these coordinates on the graph. We take these points 10 and 5, the A point is here. Then we plot point B, 15, it is somewhere between 10 and 20, let's say here, and 4, point B is here. 20 and 3, 20 and 3. Then 35 and 2. 35 is somewhere between 30 and 40, let's say here, and 2. So point D is here. And finally point E, 60 and 1. So point E is here. Then we join these points. And we get a line which is in the form of a curve, and we call this curve as the demand curve. Now this demand curve, if you notice carefully, is always downward sloping. Not just downward sloping, it slopes downwards from left to right. It is always downward sloping, that is, it has a negative slope and it slopes from left to right. Now let's understand what is a market demand. In the last schedule, we studied what is individual demand. That is the demand for a individual, a single person. But generally in the market, there is not only one buyer, but there are many buyers. So it is important that we know to calculate the market demand. So for our convenience, let's assume there are three buyers in the market: P, Q and R. Like in the last example, we have taken 5 cases wherein the price is changing. Let's see what is the effect of change of price on the quantity demanded by these 3 persons. First, when price is rupees 5, 10 units of the commodity are demanded by P, 8 units are demanded by Q and 12 units are demanded by R. So, how do we know how much quantity is demanded in the market? We said these are the 3 buyers in the market. So, what we do is we add up their demand. So, 10 plus 8 makes 18 and 18 plus 12 is 30. So, we can say that the market demand is 30. Likewise, in the second case, when the price falls to 4, the quantity demanded by P rises to 15, quantity demanded by Q rises to 12 and quantity demanded by R rises to 18. In total, the market demand is 45. 15 plus 12 plus 18 equals to 45. This is the case in all scenarios here. Again, in these scenarios, you can see that when the price is falling, demand is rising. Price is falling, demand is rising. Price is falling, demand is rising. This holds good for both individuals as well as for the market. Like we had plotted the points of individual demand on the graph, we can plot the points of market demand on the graph as well. The only difference here is we take the coordinates of market demand here and not the individual demand coordinates with price. So, the point A is when the market demand is 30 and the price is 5. Demand is 30, price is 5. Point A. Point B will be when the demand is 45 and price is 4. Demand is 45 and price is 4. So we plot the point B here. Point C will be when quantity demanded is 60 and price is 3. Likewise, point D will be when the quantity demanded is 100 and the price is 2. And finally, point E will be when the quantity demanded is 140 and the price is 1 rupee. And then we connect all these points and get a curve which we call the market demand curve. In the last example, we did the individual demand curve, and this curve is the market demand curve because we have taken the demand of the market and not of the individual.